Hi, Katrina. I would like to report a body in St Andrew's Strategic School in Sydney CBD.
It's a story Australia will never forget.
A daughter, a friend, a children's sports teacher. Sydney is reeling tonight after a young woman was killed inside one of the city's most prestigious schools.
Now, haunting new evidence sheds light on the cold-blooded plot to kill Lilie James.
I think someone should just go in there before people arrive in the morning. Thank you.
What drove this man to take the life of Lilie?
I think if you knew what he did that night, I think you'd understand why we can't forgive what he did.
A coronial inquest is underway into the October 2023 murder of 21-year-old Lilie James. The evidence raised during the inquest may be distressing for some viewers. Last year, Lilie's parents spoke to 60 Minutes, advocating for an end to domestic violence in Australia.
Some of the adventures, and they're amazing photos of a very happy girl, or very happy young lady, who was just really finding her feet just after her 21st birthday and ready for her next stage of her life.
21 years old and always smiling, Jamie and Peter's daughter, Lilie James, was just hitting her stride.
She was hardworking, she loved being involved. She wanted to make people's days better, you know, whether that was just with a smile or a quick conversation. Yeah, she really just wanted to make them smile.
In October 2023, Lilie is months away from graduating from university.
She was very bright at the end, very happy, finding her mojo.
Yeah, definitely.
More confidence, and really ready for her next chapter in her life.
She's also a coach at St Andrew's Cathedral School in Sydney's CBD. It's there that she meets Paul Tyson. They start spending more time together.
When she first started going out with him, it was sort of a gradual thing. She'd say to me, I'm just going to dinner with Paul. You know, there was no, we're dating now or anything like that.
Seeing each other casually over a period of weeks.
Just before she passed away, the conversation was, you know, it's never going to be anything long term. And that's the hardest thing now. That's the most gut-wrenching thing. You know, I think back on it often, that conversation, you know, I can still see her sitting in our lounge room, me having that conversation with her. And for it all to turn out like this, it's just a kick in the guts.
Their relationship doesn't last, but Paul is unwilling to accept Lilie's decision to end it, entering a jealous rage almost immediately. For Lilie's parents, there are no signs of the horror to come.
There was no red flag there to say that this was a problem, and that's really difficult to comprehend.
Within days of the breakup, Paul is plotting to kill Lilie. He buys duct tape and a hammer, seen here testing its weight. It's the first recorded evidence of his murderous intent.
It just baffles me that after having, you know, breaking up and having those few days, that would be the conclusion that you'd come to, that, you know, she doesn't deserve to live.
For Lilie and her parents, Wednesday the 25th of October 2023 begins like any other day.
I was sitting in the lounge room watching her eat a toast. She eats it in a funny way, her Vegemite toast. I'm looking at the clock because the train's going to come shortly. She's off in her own little world. But she didn't seem agitated. She didn't seem frightened. Nothing. It was just a normal Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I could still picture her in the kitchen on that morning.
Paul's day is far from routine. He's chosen to murder Lilie in the gym bathroom at St Andrew's Cathedral School, captured here rehearsing the moment he'll strike. But Lilie is still oblivious on her way back to the gym after coaching water polo. What awaits her is unimaginable.
I still can't believe that it's happened. She was just going to work.
Somewhere where she should have been safe.
She arrives at the school gym around 7 p.m, unaware of any danger. She greets Paul and heads to the bathroom. Paul follows her there, ready and waiting, a chilling stare at the security camera. When he hears the door unlock, he pushes his way in.
We know that Lilie passed shortly after 7 when she was getting changed to go to water polo. And the monster followed her into the bathroom.
In a quick, savage attack, Paul Tyson strikes Lilie more than 25 times with a hammer. Police later describe her body as unrecognisable.
Do you think the anger will ever go away?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'll learn to put it to more good use, but it will never go away. I don't believe it should go away.
I think if you knew what he did that night, yeah, I think you'd understand why we can't forgive what he did.
That night, Lilie's dad receives 2 text messages from Lilie's phone.
Come to school, trouble. Then I responded with a text, "Are you okay?" Said yes. Had a quick look, sort of on the iPhone.
Don't ask why or call. Please come to the school now and pick me up. Are you okay? All good, just come. Trouble.
Do you believe now that that text message was from Lilie?
No.
No.
No. It was from the monster. It was from the monster.
But I truly believe that he hoped that Jamie would find her.
On his way to St Andrews to help his daughter, Jamie James doesn't know that she's already dead. At the same time, Paul is fleeing the crime scene, leaving Lilie's body on the bathroom floor.
When we were calling around, like Lilie's friends with her few work colleagues, and we went up to her desk and her bag was still there, her pass was still there. We had a quick look around. I did enter the doors that were close to the gym, stood there and then walked back out. So I'm glad that I didn't go a little bit further.
And I was like, you know, maybe she's at a friend's place, maybe she's gone back to a friend's place and has fallen asleep or something like that.
So I thought she'd be just at the pub or something, just letting off steam.
As Lilie's parents desperately search for their daughter, her killer sits in a parked car in Vaucluse and calls 000.
Thank you, police emergency. This is Katrina.
Hi, Katrina. I would like to report the body in St Andrew's Cathedral School in Sydney CBD.
Sorry, you'd like to report?
Body murder.
Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying.
There is a body that's in St Andrew's Cathedral School in Sydney CBD.
St Andrew's Cathedral School?
Yeah.
Now, you're not there at the moment?
I am not married.
So, how long ago were you there?
A couple of hours.
Is it male or female?
Female.
Female? Do you know who it is?
No.
What's your name?
I'd rather not disclose.
Okay, so are you in a house or on the street?
Neither. I think someone should just go in there before people arrive in the morning. Thank you.
And all of a sudden, police came, ambulance came. And it must have been just after he called. But at this stage, I'm still not thinking. I'm still thinking, she's gone to work. And then from there, it went downhill. Because you start getting the pieces of information, you start showing photos to police. Then they take me back to the police station. So it's just, you know, you're not thinking that way, but you know that's not right. And then, yeah. Said it was her. And I had to come home. Tell Peter and Max. I feel so bad. And just play those moments every day. Every day.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that one moment in time when the realisation that she'll never walk through that door again will haunt me for the rest of my life.
As we go to air tonight, there's a vigil underway to remember Lilie James.
Police will continue their coastal search for Paul Tyson.
An operation is underway to retrieve a body believed to be that of Paul Tyson.
He was wanted in relation to the murder of his ex-girlfriend. Police have tracked a phone call believed to be from Paul to 000 to this point where we are now, Diamond Bay Reserve in Vaucluse.
Paul Tyson had never come to the attention of police before, never sought mental health treatment. By all appearances, to friends who saw Lilie and Paul together, he was a typical 23-year-old.
Yeah, so 2 weeks before she passed, they came over together, and that's when I met him for the first time. But he was well-mannered, composed. He was just a normal guy.
But it became clear at a coronial inquest that Paul Tyson was far from normal. In fact, Paul was exposed as a compulsive liar who forged documents, posed as a master's student, and even pretended he had a stalker. The inquest heard these were all signs of a fragile ego, which was shattered when Lilie broke up with him. A forensic psychiatrist telling the inquest Paul formed a hatred for Lilie based upon the fact that she had rejected him, and he punished her by killing her. Lilie's parents relived their nightmare every day of the inquest.
I think for me it's the fact that we couldn't save her from this. You know, we had no idea it was coming.
I just think that he's just a monster, calculated, and can't handle rejection.
But Paul Tyson had let the mask slip once before with an ex-girlfriend who shared her story with 60 Minutes last year.
Every time someone brings this up, I just think that should have been me. Like, it should not have been Lilie. It should have been me if it was going to be anyone.
Dating for several months in 2021.
He was, I would say, kind of a bit obsessive, just, you know, had a lot of need for attention, was always wanting me to share my location, was really thingy about being in my Facebook and Instagram profile pictures.
Paul lost control when she tried to break it off.
He'd asked to get back together, I'd said no, and then he's very, very upset and he punched a tree. And I was like, why did you just punch the tree? And he said, because I can't punch the one thing I want to. And so that immediately for me was like, I was actually fearful for my safety at that point and basically like ran back home.
But he wouldn't let it go. Twice spotted lurking outside her family home.
I was downstairs in the kitchen at 6 a.m. I look up out of the kitchen window and through the slats in our fence, I see Paul's face staring at me. So then I scream and my dad comes running downstairs. He grabs a cricket bat and he fully chases him down the street.
Disturbing behaviour he repeated 2 years later with Lilie, secretly stalking her in the days leading up to the murder.
Stalking is a red flag. It is a risk factor that indicates that a relationship, particularly in that separation phase, is at risk of escalating to serious harm or death.
Another red flag during the brief relationship, friends noticed him repeatedly monitoring her location on Snapchat.
One of the challenges in this case is that a lot of these behaviours are clearer in hindsight. What we do know is that the stalking behaviours, the coercive and controlling behaviours were not reported to police.
Lilie's friends left facing a world without her, navigating relationships in their early 20s and questioning who to trust.
But you don't understand the pain until this happens and it just changes your whole world. Everything's different now.
I was mad, I was upset. It just felt so different. I never used to be scared. I shouldn't be scared.
We should be able to go into a relationship, and if we want to leave, we should be able to leave.
For Lilie and her friends, we're bringing up women who are strong, educated, know what they want and will go after it. Are we teaching our kids how to handle the rejection involved in relationships? I don't know.
Violence against women is there. And over one per week murdered in Australia, that's just...
too many.
That's just too many, way too many. But we need to do more. We need to do more.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what doing more looks like?
I think stop using words, it's complicated. I think we've got to get down and we're all got to talk about it. Mums, dads, brothers, sisters. And let's uncomplicate it. It shouldn't happen.
But there are no words for the heartache that Lilie's loved ones endure, left clinging onto precious memories.
Yeah, for us it's just talking about her constantly and, not letting her be forgotten.
It's hard, but we've got to keep her legacy going. She's very missed by Peter and myself, but also Max, but everyone. Yeah, some days I walk past her room and I'll say hello and goodbye. Some days I walk past and just apologise. Other days I have a bit of a laugh going, I'll look there and go, we're late for the train. Whatever, Dad. And I miss those times.
There's no happy ending to this for us. It's, it'll affect us for the rest of our lives.